HelloFresh. This summer, HelloFresh is here to take the work out of eating well. Reach your goals with delicious calorie smart and protein smart lunch and dinner options, plus new vegan recipes too. Today we're cooking up some firecracker meatballs. Got everything in our bowl here ready to go. Start getting all this mixed up. Every HelloFresh box comes with seasonal ingredients picked at peak ripeness that travel from the farm to your door in less than 7 days for fresh flavor in every bite. And just like that, guys, we are done. Meatballs are cooked. We cooked some rice. Nice, quick, simple recipe. If you need dinner done like right now, HelloFresh has a whole bunch of quick and simple recipes, fast and fresh, on their website that you can go through and have a quick dinner whipped up in 15 minutes or less. I'll get one of these meatballs real quick. All these meals we've had so far are really delicious. We have not found one we haven't liked yet. If you guys want to get started on HelloFresh, all you have to do is go to HelloFresh.com, use our promo code BoostedBoys16 at checkout, and you'll get 16 free meals plus free shipping. That is code BoostedBoys16 at checkout for 16 free meals and free shipping. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video.
What's up, guys? Today we are at the track with the supercharged S2000 that we are giving away to one of you guys. If you're watching this right now, there's probably only 2 or 3 days left depending on when we post this video. Be sure to get your entries in. Every $5 on theboostedboys.com gets you an automatic entry to win this thing. We just got her on some RPF ones. We still have one more thing to do to the car that we didn't get done before today. We got some coilovers for this thing, so those are still going to be going on it as well, but right now it's still on the stock suspension. But we got her looking nice with some nice wheels. We got drag cars going on in the background. And we also brought the Porsche out, and Wyatt's going to be racing the Porsche today. We've never brought this thing to the track. I can safely say that this thing is going to run a very slow time. It's really not that fast. It's an 07 Cayman S, and it has like
an axle.
Or we'll break an axle. Hopefully we don't break an axle on the S2000 either. Nice and soft launches today.
Right.
But this thing makes only like, I think it's like 230 horsepower. It ain't much. So it was enough to beat the S2000 when it was stock though. So we're gonna both make a pass just to kind of see where the cars are at. Then we're gonna line them up, and hopefully the S2000 will get its redemption against the Porsche over here.
It ain't gonna get it done, bro. You ain't got nothing for this.
We'll see what happens. But as you guys saw, we also snapped an axle in this thing, so no hard launches today. We also got some wider tires on the back now, so it should hook up a little better. And yeah, we're just both gonna make a quick pass real quick, see where they are, and line them up, and to see how much faster the S2000 got, because last time we were out here it ran a 14.9 bone stock, and I'm hoping for like a bottom 12, possibly a high 11, but I think we'd have to get a good launch to do that, and I don't want to risk, you know, breaking an axle.
So are we not looking at time slips after this? Only showing the viewers? Because then, like, what happens when I'm going to have to slow down for 2 seconds to let you catch up?
Hey, you know what? We're going to run what you run. Once you see that green light, you just go.
All right. I'm going to pull a Kyle. I'm going on single bolt lit. I'm out.
Well, then you're going to red light and you're going to lose. So.
Nope, I got there first, dude.
Yeah. We'll see how much faster the S2000 got now that it is supercharged. And just cross your fingers, no axles are harmed today.
All right, guys, we got Kyle coming up for his first rip in the S2000 since it's been supercharged. Well, let's see what this thing will do. Come on, girl.
Now, boys, I had to go to 5th gear.
Oh, 1273. It left so soft.
Nice and soft launch. No axles are broken. That was a solid first rip out of the S2000. Dang, that 60-foot killed us. 12.7 at 112 miles an hour. So we are almost a second and a half faster than we were bone stock with a 2.3 60-foot. And we should be able to get this down into the bottom 12s, I think. All right, time to see what the Porsche can do.
About to make the slowest pass of my lifetime.
I would be surprised if it cracks 13s.
Right.
I think it's gonna be a low 14.
I'm guessing a 14.2. And the sad thing is my stock truck ran faster than that, so.
It's not that fast, guys. It looks cool, but it's kind of slow.
Right.
Also, I had to take my front lip off because I hit something on the highway and it cracked the heck out of it. It was already getting pretty bad, but this whole piece is about to come off, so rest in peace to the front lip on the Porsche. We'll see what this thing does.
All right, guys, getting ready to go make our first pass. I'm gonna have to shut the AC off, which really sucks because it's really nice in here right now. But yeah, see what the old Porsche will do.
I want to see this thing try to do a burnout. So I think you have to hit, yeah, there's a button on there that turns off traction control.
ESM?
Yep. How's it going, Mr. Sam? How are you?
Good, so good to see you. How's your day been?
It's been good.
Let's go, baby. The old Porsche did a burnout.
I really hope the axle doesn't break. So either the open diff spun the right side a little bit or that was all clutch.
See my time at the end of the track.
15.2. Damn, that thing is so slow. I thought it would at least go a 14. It also does smoke a little bit. Yes, I do know about that. We have to put oil in it sometimes. Dude, how are you gonna go slower than the S2000 did stock?
Bro, I hit a 360 foot.
A 3.3?
Yeah, I tripped the beam and then like rolled out.
I mean, it trapped 100 mile an hour. It should have been at least a 14.
Yeah, no, it was just that 360 foot. I was trying to feel the clutch, and by the time it kind of grabbed, I was already broke the beams, and then it took off. So, yeah. Don't worry, I got something in store for you on this race. Don't you worry.
we got our test passes out of the way. Now it's time to.
Yep.
Time to
go
go
down, dude. That's all I gotta say.
I'm feeling pretty confident, dude. I got you by 13 mile an hour.
All right. Well, I got you by 3 bulbs. Let's go.
All right. We are lining them up, see what they do. We both need a better launch, but you're going down, dude.
You ain't got nothing for the Porsche, dude.
You're going down. I'll even give you the hit. That's how confident I am.
Don't worry, I'm taking the hit. I don't care what you're doing, I'm taking it.
This thing's going down, dude.
All right, guys, we're pulling up to the lines. Not doing a burnout this time. Gonna smoke Kyle. I'm definitely gonna leave on like the second yellow bulb.
We'll try a little burnout this time. Nice.
Definitely just missed third gear because he was pulling up on us really fast and then fell back. Gosh, I am such an idiot. I am such a rookie, guys. That would have been a solid rip. We did a 1960 foot on that one.
13.4 though, freaking missed third gear. We got to get another one in before they close, because I know this thing has a deep 12 in it. Guess I'm not surprised. It's been a while since I missed third gear. I missed third.
Bro, I do it.
I missed third gear, dude. I was coming up on you,
Dude,
so
you were
hard.
coming up so fast.
I did a 1960 foot.
Oh, this dude missed third gear, 100%.
Oh my gosh.
You got smoked, bro.
Dude, we're running that back.
Yep.
We are running it back.
I'm so glad I left on the second bulb. That was my only fighting chance.
I mean, you got me. What'd it do?
A 14.0 at 100.
14.0?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Not bad.
That's what
So,
Google says it should do.
Right. Yeah, I was a 2.360 foot. So if I can get that a little quicker.
Oh, she has 13s all day.
14.0 at 100.
Oh, you got it with a negative
You
0.3
like that?
reaction time. You were out on me.
Yep.
Well, we're back in line. It looks like we'll have enough time to do one more. So, we'll try it again.
Solid.
All right, guys, let's try this again. Got to hit third gear this time.
Kyle doing a big burnout. This is our last pass of the night, guys. Again, I'm gonna chop him on this tree and see if we can cross this line before he does.
I wonder who's gonna win. Hopefully Kyle doesn't miss third gear this time.
Damn it.
We spun really bad.
Driving right out of my life, boys. Driving right out of my life. I freaking rolled through the beam. It gave me the red light, and then I didn't see it come down for Kyle, so he left on me and was gone the whole race. Damn it, dude.
Dang it. We spun hard, didn't do a good enough burnout, but I would rather spin than hurt something on the car. Man, that last pass, boys, would have been probably a deep 12, if not a high 11. And that one, I think we spun too bad. That was still probably a mid 12, but Wyatt was nowhere to be seen on that one. Dang, guys, we did a 12.8 on that one at 114. Pretty solid trap speed. Decent 60 foot, but then after we got past the 60 foot cones, she just blew the tires off and spun real bad. I know this thing has a bottom 12 in it, if not, like I said, a high 11. That's the trap speed right there to do it, but you know, just wasn't there tonight. But hey, at least we didn't snap any axles. What'd you do?
Bruh, so bad.
I saw you red lit.
I red lit, and so I didn't realize, I forgot that the light wasn't gonna turn on for me. So then I see you go, I was like, oh shit. So yeah, it was
Botched
slow.
that pass.
Yeah, I just botched it.
Yeah,
102 mile an hour though.
102?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
not bad.
101.98, but 102.
Yeah, I tried to give it a little more on the clutch and
Yeah, I
it
spun
started
on
to
the launch.
spin.
I spun on the launch, hit traction control, it bogged. So by the time it started moving, you were already way gone.
Hey, well, at least they're both still running.
Yep, they're still hopefully gonna both drive home.
Yep, still got an hour drive home.
Yep, still a good night though. Can't ever beat a night at the track.
Well, guys, it is time to pick up the new engine for the rear-wheel drive tube chassis Civic. I'm here at Induction Performance. If you guys know anything about Induction Performance, you might know what we're getting for the Civic. What's up, man? I'm ready.
Today's the big day.
I'm so excited.
We're gonna change your life for the better.
Oh, shoot. Is this her?
This is it. Big boy motor.
Dang, boys.
Hey, pop the hood.
Pop the hood?
Pop the hood.
2JZ engine, no shit.
And what did I tell you?
I retract my previous statement.
You know what? This will decimate all after. You put about 15 grand in it or more if we have to. Overnight parts from Japan.
It's official.
Going to the dark side, as Victor would like to call it.
I think it's gonna be the best side you've been on.
I'm excited, man. So,
that car is gonna be a rocket ship with this thing.
So what are we looking at here?
So we got our induction performance stage 2 short block, but we did the aluminum rod option, so it would be the stage 2 drag. And then we just did a very simple cylinder head package. It's our stage 1 build, but with all Brian Crower parts. So it has a stage 3 plus cams, 1mm oversized valves, springs, retainers, keepers, guides, seals, you name it, all from Brian Crower cam gears, hardware for that. And then we just fully dressed it up and got it ready to go. We just got to put our coil kit on it and they're all set. 6-second setup.
Oh yeah, man, I'm freaking pumped. So we were originally gonna go with a steel rod engine. I was gonna keep things tame, you know, get the car broken in, but apparently Victor had other plans, said I needed a grown man's rod, and we went straight for aluminum rods.
Let's just send it.
And we're just sending it.
That's it, yeah.
So what's this good for, like
So
17,
honestly,
1800?
The limitation of this is the block, the factory casting. We've made 17, 1800 with these. It's just a matter of how long the block will survive there. It has no like concrete fill or anything like that, so it's a engine you can drive on the street still and do all the street car stuff you want to do.
Yep. Yeah, it's still a full wet block.
Yeah, if we're smart about it and we like manage the power well, it should live a good, long, happy life. This is similar to like what Cooper has, but I think you'll be good, man. It also helps that the car is going and it's pretty light, so I think we'll be in good shape. I think you'll meet all your goals with this one.
Yeah, I'm freaking pumped, man.
Yeah, me too.
So I picked up this 2J a while back, and it's been over here at Induction Performance getting the full treatment done. And this will be the new power plant for the rear-wheel drive Civic. And we're gonna crank this thing up, see what happens. It's my first 2J, and I'm excited. We'll change it up a little bit.
We'll make sure you get right.
So Victor also got us hooked up with this coil kit right here. Nice little quick release billet piece. Very nice. We got our coils right over here. So these guys just bolt on top of this plate right there, and they actually connect to the spark plug through a spark plug wire. Something I'm worried about on the Civic is some clearance near this back spark plug and coil, but hopefully that won't be an issue with those guys, because I thought that these were going to be like a K-Series style coil on plug where the whole thing has to come up and out. And we might have some overhang here with the windshield of the Civic. So this should be tucked enough out of the way.
Yeah, and it's adjustable, so we got it adjusted down, so it's pretty low, and you should be able to just sneak it out of there pretty easily. And it'll make working on it and changing plugs with the track a lot easier.
Yeah, that's a really nice piece right there. Just clips in, comes right off. But there she is, boys. We're gonna go ahead and get loaded up and get this back to the house. Start mocking some stuff up. We have some other parts that are on the way that we will need for the full mock-up process. Show you guys the transmission and all of that we're doing, but I'm excited, boys. Our very first 2JZ, and we are coming out the gate swinging, boys. This is a 1800 horse aluminum rod 2J engine. The only thing separating this from like a 2000 plus horsepower engine would be a billet block. So we are going straight to the limits of a cast block with our 2J here. So if you look at the 2JZ that we just got done over here at Induction, we still have the factory water pump housing on there, and we're most likely going to be changing a couple things around. I know that we were probably going to do a front motor plate and a rear motor plate. I was talking with Wyatt over the last week or so, just kind of getting a game plan on everything, and we're probably going to go to a setup that looks similar to what's in this Super right here, and that gets rid of the water pump housing here. It has this AN that comes in between the timing belt, and then you run that to like an electric water pump or something, and then we have the front motor plate to mount stuff off of. So we don't have any of that just yet. We still wanted to get the engine mocked up into the Civic before we get too ahead of ourselves, because we don't even know how it's going to fit in there. But most likely this is the route we will be taking for mounting everything up. We'll get a front plate and a rear plate and build off of that. Those are some fancy little stands you got there.
That's how we ship them all out. You got to make sure they arrive in one piece.
That's nice. I don't know if I'm ready for that 2J power.
I want to see what a 2J does with that little bit of weight.
It's gonna fly.
All of our cars are tanks compared to this.
I mean, you guys are running like low 7s, high 6s on this motor package, right?
Yeah.
And that's
like I said, at like 3,000, 3,200 pounds.
Yeah, 3,000 plus, so we're gonna have quite the weight advantage. I'm excited to see what this thing turns into, man.
It's gonna be cool.
This is gonna be nuts. That thing's in a lot better shape than when it left.
A little more complete this time.
Yep, a little more complete, slightly stronger rods. This is the moment of truth. This will decide the fate of the Civic here. Done a lot of calculations, a lot of measurements. We've determined that 2J should fit in there, but we couldn't tell 100% until we actually had a physical motor and tried to stuff it in there. You know, we probably should have tried this with the engine before we pulled the trigger on it and fully built it, but we were confident we're gonna make this thing fit. So we got the sheet metal firewall pulled out of the way there. We'll probably redo a lot of the sheet metal on this car, and then we're just gonna try to get it as far back in there as we can, and hopefully it clears behind that steering rack. And if we have to redo all that stuff later on, then so be it. Well, after playing with this some, we were able to get it into the car here. Found out that we could have just lifted the car up though and set it down over everything. That would have been a lot easier, but we've been messing with this for some time now, and we got the engine in the ballpark of where it's going to be. And my concern with the coils, what I was talking about with Victor, was this clearance right here. So after taking some measurements, we realized that the engine is going to have to sit underneath this a ways, because we want it far back enough to clear the steering rack here, and the chassis will just work better if we can get the engine farther back in there. And with where everything's sitting right now, we should be able to get those guys into place. This is very similar to the setup on Cooper's Camaro, and he has no issues with it. So we have plenty of room to work on all of those guys right there. And right now we got the engine sitting at about the right height compared to the rest of the car, because you want to line up the engine with the rear end there. And right now we are actually about an inch higher on the engine. So the engine could, in theory, come down even a little bit more, and we have plenty of space there. But there's a lot of angles and fancy stuff that we got to get into and figure out as the build continues.
Yeah.
Trying to make it very vague right here, but this is a lot of work that we got to do.
There's a lot that goes into engine positioning, and really we need the transmission and adapter plate before we can even consider where it's going to be. But we were kind of ballparking it. I think it'll work pretty close to this spot. So we'll address that more once we have the parts to actually mock up a transmission in there, and then go from there on getting it bolted in.
Yeah,
but it'll be really cool. We're going to motor plate it, so it'll have a front and mid motor plate, and then probably some kind of a rear transmission mount. And yeah, make it really easy to put in and out. So
yeah, that's another big thing we want, is this thing to be serviceable, because we're probably going to blow some stuff up in the future at some point. So we're going to want to make sure that it's as easy to work on as we can make it, and we're going to have to make sure we have access to everything.
A lot of things to plan out. It's going to be a lot of forethought going into this one.
Now, I know when we first picked this thing up, I said that we were going to be putting an LS in the Civic here, but I decided to change my mind. One of the factors leading to that was that if we want to run the car at like World Cup finals, I believe one of their rules is that you can't have an American style engine in an import body.
I know Cooper got kicked out of that.
Yeah, Cooper had a whole deal with that, and I figured if it is a Honda Civic, we should keep it import. And the main reason I wanted to do an LS was just to change it up and also put something in there that can hopefully make some reliable high horsepower numbers. And I quickly realized that we could do that with a 2JZ, and it stays import. It's an inline six. And then I started thinking about, well, if we want to work on it, which one's going to be easier to come in and out, which one's going to be easier to work on. The 2JZ only has the one head. We have all this space on this side for a turbo manifold, all this space on this side for a intake manifold. We don't got the two big cylinder heads on either side taking up a whole bunch of room. We don't have to make some crazy turbo manifold. It just simplified a lot of things just to go to a 2J. At least that's how I saw it in my head. And now looking at it, I'm kind of glad we went this route, because it fits in there really good. It looks freaking beautiful in there. And the main goal we want to do with this is build a drag and drive car, because we love going on the drag and drives with all of our friends, but we can only push the 4-cylinder platform so far. You know, you guys have seen the MR2 run mid-7s at this point, but if we tried to take the MR2 on a drag and drive, we ain't gonna make it very far. You have to really be pushing the limits on a 4-cylinder to run those kind of times, and to do it consistently while driving the car thousands of miles, realistically it's just not gonna happen. So the goal with this thing is to hopefully hang with some of our faster friends and, you know, just step up what we know and what we've done, and to see what we can do with this thing. So the 2J can make a reliable, you know, 1600 horsepower, and just, you know, do it pass after pass. And with this engine configured the way it is, we could do this with a K-Series, but we're gonna have way more transmission options, being a inline engine like this. We can do an auto, we can do all kinds of stuff that won't limit us to the Honda transmission world with like the Civics and how the engines are orientated in the MR2 and NSX. So the plan is just to make it fast and reliable and hopefully run like mid 7s to maybe high 6s one day consistently, and just go on the drag and drive events with our friends. And then if we can fit this thing into some classes at certain events like World Cup or FL2K, then we can do that too. But the number one priority is to have a drag and drive car that is respectable and fast and consistent. And that's the goal. So we went with the 2JZ here. We're gonna make this thing work and figure it out.
Well, there you have it, guys. I hope you are excited to see what's to come. We were putting this thing in the tube chassis Civic, but we went ahead and got that stuff out of the way because we are putting the finishing touches on the S2000 right now. This might be your last chance to get entered, guys. There's a good chance you won't hear about this again. There may be one more video coming out on this or not, but if you haven't got entered, be sure to get your entries in now, theboosterboys.com, and you might just end up with an S2000.